Hi, and thank you for watching. My name is Antonio, or Tony for short, and I'm the founder of Gariep Nature Conservation. Gariep Nature Conservation was created for one main reason, and that is to remove litter from our environment. Should you wish to find out more about Gariep Nature Conservation and why it was created and what we intend to do, watch the video, an introduction to Gariep Nature Conservation, which you will find in our YouTube channel. So, why do we need to remove litter from the environment? Because litter is unsightly and is destroying our biodiversity. It's that simple. By biodiversity, I'm referring to everything around us that is not human. Litter is dumped even in the most pristine locations. Litter kills our wildlife, such as this container top that got stuck to the springbok's hind legs in the Overston Nature Reserve. It kills our animals. I have witnessed our cows and goats eating plastic that is dumped in our fields. Birds cannot tell the difference between food and plastic, and especially plastic that was used to contain and still smells like food. So they eat it, and this is the result. The same goes with fish in our lake. This is a still frame from Chris Jordan's brilliant but sad documentary, Albatross. So, why recycle? Well, we have to remove the litter from our environment, otherwise we are just moving it from one location to another. And out of all the currently available options, recycling is the best one. Let me show you how long the stuff will stay with us if it is not removed or recycled. Single-use plastic bottles will stay around 450 years. The first plastic bottle was manufactured 74 years ago. This means that unless it was recycled or incinerated, every single bottle that was ever been made is still around and will still be around for another 376 years. And it continues. We are talking big numbers. 1 million plastic bottles are bought around the world every minute. And the number will jump another 20% in 2021. Those were figures for last year, 2020. Plastic bags will remain between 10 and 1,000 years, depending on the type and where they are discarded. The first plastic bag was made in 1965 by Celloplast, a Swedish company. The engineer's name was Sten Gustaf Thulin. Ironically, it was made to protect the environment. Trees were being cut down to make paper bags. So it was not intended as a single-use plastic. It was intended to last because people would bring it back to the shop, fill it up, and bring it back again. Straws, which are one of the biggest evils for marine life because they break into microbeads faster than any other plastics. They take 200 years to disintegrate, but much sooner to break into microbeads. The problem with plastic is that as it disintegrates into microbeads, before it decomposes, it's too small to be picked up, and it infiltrates into the soil, into the underground water, everywhere. Aerosol spray cans last between 200 to 500 years. Aluminium cans between 80 and 100 years. Non-waxed cartons last for 5 years. Now we refer to biodegradable items to items that break down and decompose. This is different to compostable goods, which means that when they break down, they mix with the soil and actually improve the soil health. Compostable goods can be buried in the ground. So biodegradable items are not compostable items. Glass will last 1 million plus years. Well, that is sort of forever. Styrofoam in all forms, well, that lasts forever. It breaks into small beads and gets everywhere, but it never decomposes. Aluminium foil, like styrofoam, will last forever. So now you know. The good news is that all the items that I have just shown you can be recycled. So what are the benefits of recycling? Well, the environmental benefits are obvious. In addition to killing our biodiversity, whether they are burnt or left to rot, these materials leak chemicals into the air, into the groundwater, and find their way into our boreholes, rivers, lakes, and oceans. Recycling also makes people aware of the damage that we are causing to our biodiversity. It is part of an education process on how we can live in harmony with nature. So what part could you play? Well, there are 7 things that you could do. Let me show you. You could separate your litter. You have general litter, recyclable items, and you can make eco-bricks. This is an eco-brick. I'll tell you more about eco-bricks later in the talk. And these are examples of items that can be recycled. For those wishing to participate, I will place e-pamphlets indicating what items can be recycled on our Facebook page. Alternatively, drop me an email and I'll send you a copy. I'll give you my contact details at the end of this talk. You could bring your recycle to our depots. We are planning to have a depot in Venterstad and one in Overston. We will announce when they're up and running, as well as the days and times when we will accept recycling. I know that you pick up litter during your walks, but so do I. But there is so much litter around that it is overwhelming. We're going to need cleanup days where a group of us get together and really get stuck in areas such as this. This is a very small section of Moddergat. I would hate to see what it looks like underwater. Then, of course, we have illegal dumping, which needs to be cleared. I'm sure that you are all familiar with this site. If you take the trouble to load the stuff onto a vehicle, why not take it to an official dumping site? So on cleaning days, volunteers will get together and will clean up pre-identified areas. Items picked up during cleanup days are put onto large white bags at the back of bakkies or trailers. We form a straight line and we walk and we pick up everything. So how do you find out what days and where we are cleaning? Well, days and times will be communicated ahead of time via these platforms. You can join our WhatsApp group called Pick Up and Recycle, but please, it's only for those who actually want to join on cleanup days. I will put a notice on our Gariep Nature Conservation Facebook group, and if you send me an email, I'll put you on our email distribution list, and prior to our get-togethers, I'll send you an email. Let me tell you about eco-bricks. Eco-bricks get rid of almost everything that cannot be recycled. You use them where you would normally use a normal brick. You can also get creative with eco-bricks and make things like this chair. If you want to learn how and why to make eco-bricks, go to our YouTube channel. You will find information on eco-bricks in our playlist entitled Recycling Litter. To find our YouTube channel, yes, Google Gariep Nature Conservation YouTube channel and you will find it. When you dispose of your skoffeled stuff from your garden, if skoffeled is such a word, please make sure that whoever is doing it removes all the non-compostable items. In other words, everything that does not belong to nature, and put those in your recycling bin. Also, instead of piling the natural stuff, once you've removed all the natural litter, or the non-natural litter, rather spread it into the field. When people see a little pile of anything, they have a tendency to add their litter to the pile. Report illegal dumping. I don't know if you knew, but we have a group called the Green Scorpions, and this is our local contact. Even though the green scorpions are dealing with big issues such as toxic dumping into the sea, toxic emissions, Jorge considers illegal dumping as a serious issue. They enforced national law, the Waste Act 59 of 2008. Jorge will need the exact location of the dump. GPS coordinates would be great. Date, time, and photograph or video. If there's a motor vehicle, get the make, model, and registration number. I have also placed these contact details on our Facebook group page. What else could you do? You can say no to single-use plastics. Industry will not produce stuff that they cannot sell. It's that simple. Take bags with you when you go shopping, and you reduce the amount of single-use plastics in the environment. So there you are. In closing, I would like to give you our contact details. Join our Facebook group. All I ask is that you abide by the rules when posting. My email address is proudly.karua@gmail.com. Please email me if you have any questions or any comments about what I've just presented. I welcome all feedback. So that is what I wanted to share with you on recycling. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.